David Cameron and the British government for years have said that British foreign policy has no relation on young Muslims being radicalised. Do you accept that's true?
I think that's just completely untrue. He's not looking at any evidence. He's not looking at any empirical evidence at all. Recently you had John Prescott, the former Deputy Prime Minister, saying that the reason why young Muslims are being radicalised is because of the Crusades, and that's the term he used, Blair's Crusades, in Iraq and Afghanistan. And he said if he was a young Muslim, he would have been radicalised too. And that was the former Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom saying this. You have Eliza Manningham-Buller, who was the head of MI6, saying that the radicalisation process has been fuelled by British foreign policy. You've had the intelligence services before the invasion of Iraq saying that if Britain invades Iraq, that their assessment was that the likelihood of terrorism in this country was going to go up significantly. So he's just completely and utterly wrong, and it would be very easily to challenge him on this. He said it's about ideology. Ideology is what cements the actions after the events have taken place. It's not what causes it to happen. Because if that was the case, we'd all be radical. Every single one of us, 3 million in this country, and the 1.6 billion in the rest of the world, and simply not the case.
Critics of David Cameron argue that he refers to the Muslim community in the United Kingdom as one homogenous group. Are they?
I think Cameron and his government, surprisingly, have managed to, almost in a complete sweep, accuse every Muslim group from the most extreme all the way to the most liberal, other than those who agree with him. And essentially what it's done, it says either you're with us or you're against us. But the majority of the Muslims in this country, in my view, oppose not only British foreign policy in Iraq and Afghanistan and in Syria now, but also the laws and the legislations and the language that's being used against us. So I think he's on his own mostly here, other than with the lackeys who are trying to ingratiate themselves with him.
So we've touched on David Cameron's speech on extremism in Birmingham. Whilst he was there, he had a message that he read to young Muslims. He said, "Here's my message to any young person here in Britain thinking of going out there to join ISIS. You won't be some valued member of a movement. You are cannon fodder for them. They will use you. If you're a boy, they will brainwash you, strap bombs to your body and blow you up. If you're a girl, they will enslave you and abuse you. That is the sick and brutal reality of ISIS." What do you make of that?
Interestingly, the Al-Nusra Front, which is Al-Qaeda in Syria, said something fairly similar to what Cameron said about ISIS and the attraction of ISIS. They said, don't come out here if you're a young girl, don't come out here if you're a young guy and join this group, because they will abuse you, they will misuse you, and they will waste your life. So, although Cameron said in his speech that it's not enough for Muslims to condemn ISIS, the problem is, what does he want us to do then? Does he want us to condemn ourselves? Does he want us to condemn our parents? Does he want us to condemn our religion? Does he want us to condemn our very being? Does he want us to look in the mirror and say we hate ourselves? Because this is essentially what he's asking us to do. And we won't do that, no matter how much he tries. So he can either listen to us or stick his fingers in his ears. It doesn't make any difference, because most of the young Muslims in this country will give him the proverbial middle finger if he's not listening.